Hello everyone, this is Flatline, and today I'm going to be doing a PvT replay, and this is going to basically cover the 2-gate Robo build that Mana exposed. And Artosis, I believe, made a video on it, but I wanted to go back to it because this is probably the safest opening for Protoss. So if you're just around Platinum or Diamond, it's about that time where you start learning builds. Safe ones, that is, and try to play around with them, see how you can transition. So I want to show you how this 2-gate Robo goes in handy on like transitions and what to do when you scout, basically. So Protoss, I am going to be scouting 9 scout on this map, and my opponent is going to be Legend. He's going to be the Blue Terran, and this is played on the ladder on the NA server. This is the Masters level as well, if you are questioning what level of skill this is. And it looks like he's gonna opt for a wall off. Looks like. Oh, actually it's not. But you kind of want to get a 9 scout going on. I always like the 9 scout against Terran because I always like to get inside the base. And even you lose mining time. Look at this. You are affording him to pull a probe, so you gain something out of it somehow with it, because he's gonna have to keep an SCV on my probe for a while. And you can get your gateways, can be on 14 and then a 15 Assimilator. You're just gonna scout around, see what's going on. And the next thing you need to do is to see if, when I saw he's getting gas, that's why I wanted to go 2-gate Robo. Because now you have to think, is he going 1-1-1? What is he making with that gas? Because it could be a tech build. And you want to know what kind of tech he's doing, so that way you can react to what you see. If he didn't get gas, I probably would have done a fast expand build, or a faster one, maybe like gateway then expand, then cybercore or something like that. But since I saw the gas, I decided to stay on one base a little bit longer. I am going to be running away with this probe, that way I don't really lose it too often. You're going to get the Cybercore right when Gateway finishes, and right when you get Cybercore, you should be able to get an Assimilator as well. Alright, and he is doing a 2 racks opening against this. So this is basically the standard of one of the standard Terran openers right now. And he was able to kill off my probe. So I wasn't able to see what was going on. I only saw one Marine. There's nothing I really could tell from that. You also want to chrono boost out a Stalker as soon as possible. That way you can shoo off the scout, of course. You don't really want them to see it. If they see it, it's still fine. But you just generally, it's never, if you have to choose for him to see it or not, I mean, it's always best not for him to see what you're doing. That's the truth. So he is going to go with the Reactor Tech Lab 2 racks opening, which is, like I said, really standard. You just get more Marines and just less Marauders. And you have just more units basically out there. And then I get the Robotics. And while I'm making the Sentry, it should be about less than halfway done. You should be able to afford another gateway. So this is the 2-gate opening. You get the 2-gate Robo opening, excuse me. You get the 2 gates, and you get a Robotics. Alright. He is getting concussive. Yep, getting another Marauder. He usually pushes out when 2 Marauders come out. And deny the scout inside my base. He does see I don't have an expansion yet. So he's probably worried about what I'm doing on one base so far. Right when you chrono boost this observer, you should be able to send a worker towards your natural to be able to expand. Now this is where the situation comes in hand. Obviously, I don't really have that big of an army. I only have 2 sentries and a Stalker. And I should be getting my Nexus. So yeah, this is a pretty greedy play. And I won't lie about that. Obviously, it's pretty greedy. My observer's gonna be able to get in his base so I can see what's going on. And I like to have my Stalker here because of the fact that since he got gas, he could be a Reaper opening. And Reapers would usually jump off the cliff right here. And I only need my sentries here because I could just force field and do whatever I want to do from here on. So he scans and he is actually seeing my 2-gate Robo. He doesn't know if I'm expanding or not. Yada yada yada. I see what's going on. Okay, he's expanding behind this. Perfect. I'm moving my Stalker back here. We'll go to my camp. I only see 1 Marine. Until I start seeing this, this is where I back it up. cancel. Okay, I just lose only 100 minerals. That's fine. I didn't really lose that much. I only lost 100 minerals. That's okay. If I was able to keep that expansion, awesome, you know. But since I couldn't, the safest thing is obviously to let it go. So I let it go. And it's still fine. I have the tech advantage. I can just make immortals. I see marauders. Okay, so what's good against immortals? I mean marauders, immortals. So that's why I'm doing that. Don't want to lose a sentry in this case, and I don't really lose it. And I'm just gonna be making some immortals with this. Also, by the way, when you make one observer, you can make another observer if you want. Safer response obviously is to get an immortal out first, but I like to make a second observer. Just because I do. He's able to kill off my scout, but since I saw that he's not gonna be going for that banshee play, I'll later on use this observer to scout again what he's doing. I'm adding more gateways. Obviously, I saw his expansion. He forced my cancel. So the best thing I can do in this response is to pressure back at him. So if you're not able to keep your expansion, you know you have to cancel it. You have to put pressure back onto Terran. You cannot let him keep this lead, right? So I'm going to scout first towards the watchtower. It's always recommended to do that. That way he can't really tell what's going on, like how big your army is if he has the watchtower. You can see, okay, he has the watchtower. So now it's time for me to move out. Not with all my units, but just a couple of my units. Right? So that way he doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't know I got immortals coming out. He doesn't see these 3 immortals that's going to be coming up towards his base yet. Alright, so I see his army over here. He killed those rocks. I saw his army coming from a peculiar area. I thought he was going to have an expansion there, but he just kills the rocks. So that's fine. He's going to be adding a couple of more bunkers. He's already losing mining time with this because he kind of knows what's going on. Doesn't really know I'm expanding behind this. See, I am getting an expansion, so it's nothing to worry about it. 4-gate Robo sounds really weird, right, on one base, but I like to go 4-gate because I can't really produce anything from the robotics that's going to be over here to pressure, so I just get the 4 gates. And I'm expanding behind this, so it's not really all linish at all. I also like to get a warp prism, which is a nice thing to have. Whenever you're pressuring against Terran in this situation, you want to get a warp prism because look, where's all of his units? Right here, right? They're all in the front taking... Well, that was pretty cool. They're all over here worried about the main frontal attack. The warp prism gives you that mobility, or where you could diversify where you attack. You can attack in different areas. You're going to see I'm going to warp in a couple of more zealots here. And I'm probably going to be dropping inside his main to deal with it. He does a nice job stemming only 3 marines to take out my observer, which is really big for him. I probably should have moved that out. And I'm going to be getting this. I'm also getting a robotics bay behind this. That way I could just tech into Colossus from this transition. Because look at this, he's losing a lot of mining time. It's pretty risky by him. He's going to bring him over there. But then here comes my zealot drops, right? I'm going to see how many kills I get with the workers. About 8 workers with this, 9, 10 workers with this, and I'm able to, you know, keep most of my zealots alive. Look at the units tab. Look at how big that difference is. Now I saw all those units coming over here. I could abuse the front, right? I could take out so many of these units. Let's look at the workers killed in this situation. That's 15. It's just going up dramatically. He has only 20 probes right here with this defense, and this is where force fields come in really handy. But it's time for me to retreat. I stayed a little bit longer. You can see how I took a couple more shots. That was a little bit overextending, right? But I saw, look at this. He has only 16. I'm dropping more zealots in here to harass. And he's able to kill off all my immortals, all my zealots. I mean, all my sentries. It's time for me to back up over here. I'm getting some sentries, getting more stalkers. These units are, these probes are going to be going straight back into my main. I had to sacrifice this natural. I had to. There's no way I'm going to be... I mean, probably I could take this out if I pull all my probes. But at the same time, if you want to be 100% sure, you don't really need to take that risk. I wasn't too sure. I wasn't able to scout how big his army was. So that's why I didn't take this risk. So I could just sacrifice this. I have a Colossus on the way. I got Colossus range on the way. At the same time, look at this. He's not mining at all. His income is 0. It is absolutely 0. He is dropping some mules to compensate that now. to get some mining time. But he brought all his SCVs with the attack. So yeah, he kills it. But just like a Marine SCV, all in, if you just kill an expansion, you don't really seal the deal. You don't really equalize the the playing field. You are still behind. So now I'm gonna be able to get my Nexus. I got my Colossus out, so I feel pretty safe right now. Getting another one, getting my extended thermal lance. I still have my warp prism over here, still harassing. He's finally gonna be able to take this out. Yep, and it's 82 to 44. The units have 36 probes to 16 SCVs and 4 mules. That's because of mules. But going back over here, he can't really do anything beyond this, right? He's not going to be able to get Vikings to deal with my Colossus. I don't even think he knows I've gone Colossus in this case. No, he doesn't. And he's just stemming even more. He's scanning. He just forced it. I just forced the scan. Just less mules for him, which is really bad for in his case. He's not making constant SCVs, by the way, which is really hurting him at this point. I'm gonna be going for a Colossus timing push. Basically, gonna have 3 Colossus. And just like before, when I move out to the front of the to the middle of the map, you do want to hide your Colossus in this case. And I'm not sure what he's doing with his units. So see, I'm gonna move my Colossus away. Don't really want him to see what's going on. I see it's cleared. I'm gonna bring him back over here. Getting some more. I'm gonna be warping in a couple more zealots for meat shield. And I did have that probe alive, so I'm gonna be keeping it here, making a proxy pylon closer towards its base. And look at his army, right? It's not that big. It's 22 Marines and 5 Marauders against 3 Colossus, 12 Zealots. This isn't good. He sees these 3 Colossus, and this is where it gets pretty bad. I mean, I'm doing pretty bad as well. I have my Stalkers in front of my Zealots, so it's not looking too good for me. Force field the ramp. And it's time for him to lose all of his SCVs. I do drop 3 Zealots inside his main with that Warp Prism. And there's the GG. So this is the 2-gate Robo opening and the 2-gate Robo transition in worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that he does do a 2 racks or some kind of racks pressure, and it's just too much for you to hold it, where you had to cancel the Nexus. If you're able to expand and you're able to keep it, then it's fine from there on. Like I said, this is usually in response to see if he has a refinery or not, in my opinion. I usually just do this whenever he gets a refinery, and I don't want to steal his gas or anything like that. I usually just get 2-gate Robo, so I get that quick observer out. You want to chrono boost that, and you just want to see what he's got inside his base, and then just react from that. So thanks for watching. I hope this video does help you. Next coming up, I will be doing the 5th episode for Analyze This. You can check that out on my YouTube channel, Flatline SE2. And you can also subscribe there as well. That'd be pretty awesome. If you do love my channel, you love my videos as well. Hope they help you. These are some of the builds that I like and are pretty safe, I would say. Pretty damn safe. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later.